You join us in a pleasant weekend in May. We're just putting some finishing touches to the aircraft. We will wait for the permit to test to come through. One of the main jobs was to change the elevator gap seal mod that I put on. The inspectors weren't happy with that, so we reverted back to the normal fabric and Velcro type modification. Other little jobs was to replace the indicator for the electric trim, because I put new LED lights in it, and just alter some of the wiring around there, and generally just fettling and replacing clips and springs and bits and pieces. With that done, it was nice to get it rigged, put the wings on and get it outside in the sunshine, and just generally have a good look round and clean a few bits and pieces up. The weekend ended with a bit of excitement because I was able to jump in and taxi it down to the hold because we needed to strobe the prop, and this was just to check how accurate the tacho was. And it was great to be in the pilot seat for the first time. So we tucked it all away, and then 6 weeks later, at the end of June, we were back on another glorious weekend. As an added bonus, I was joined by David Gore, who originally built the aircraft back in 1990. David was an absolute font of knowledge and was able to share many tips and good advice about owning a Shadow, as well as telling me about the build and experiences that he'd had whilst owning it and flying it. He also stuck around for the best part of the day. He helped me balance the carbs, and then towards the end of the day he actually insisted that we wash the wings down and then polished all the leading edges, which is why it looks so gleaming out in the sunshine here. I don't think there's many other people who can boast that sort of aftercare from any sort of manufacturer of anything you buy these days. So here's a shot of the cockpit, and what's unusual is that left stick. It's completely unconventional. Because I can't use rudder pedals, the throttle is on that left stick, but what makes this Shadow unique is the throttle is left and right on this particular version instead of fore and aft. There's no other Shadow that's adapted this way, and it's opposite to what we used to fly in. As the day wore on, it just got hotter and hotter, so the decision was made to leave any test flying until late afternoon, early evening, to wait till the air was a little bit more stable and the airfield was a little less chaotic. So we tucked up inside the hangar, out of the beating sun. We put the battery on charge and went around the whole thing again, checking and double checking everything, ready for that first test. My dad loves to come along and help out. I couldn't manage it on my own. He helps with the rigging of the aircraft. He's got quite competent at putting wings on a Shadow, and generally he helps out with the things that I can't reach or can't carry. It's invaluable. So around about 5:30 on the Saturday afternoon, as things started to get a bit quieter and the parachutists started to leave and it cooled down a little bit, we took the aircraft up onto the apron, and Raymond, my instructor, jumped in and did the first bit of taxiing up and down just to get a feel for it. I think it's fair to say that left stick phased him a little bit. It was over 10 years ago he last test flew this aircraft, and having that left stick back to front caused him a little bit more concern than he anticipated. That said though, he persevered, and after several trips up and down, fast taxis and a few runway hops, he was up. And we watched nervously from the apron as he flew a very tight circuit. But there was no cause for concern. He brought around beautifully, and the next day we both went up and did a 50-minute local flight. We did all the tests, I recorded all of the measurements. The paperwork all went off to the LAA the following week, and it passed.